Y-O YouTube, it's your boy Mike T's back at you with another video. Today we're going to be doing somewhat of a Stellar's custom for my cousin. He asked for me to get him something done because he has a big party he's about to DJ, so we'll make him this one-of-a-kind custom. I'm going to be using some sublimation flock provided by Heat Transfer Warehouse. Make sure you guys hit the links in the description. If you guys are ready, let's grit. Before I can properly get into this video, this is something very important that I need to let you guys know. So for the past couple of sublimation shirts for over the last 6 or 7 months, I've been using Vibrant Vibes ink. Shout out to Chanel Michaels. Homegirl hooked me up with another box of ink and some sublimation paper. That's Vibrant Vibes inks. Make sure you guys tap in. Use promo code MikeT to get 10% off your entire order. And if you didn't know, Chanel Michaels not only sells sublimation ink and sublimation paper, she also sells direct-to-film ink. You heard me right, DTF ink. And now DTF printers available. I just seen this recently myself. You guys know I don't know nothing about direct-to-film printers, but Chanel Michaels has did the research and she's got it ready for you. So head on over to vibrantvibesink.com. and use that promo code MikeT's10 to get 10% off your entire order. Once again, that's vibrantvibesink.com. It's always a vibe when you rocking with Chanel Michaels and Vibrant Vibes ink. So this is going to be the back, and this is going to be in a vinyl. Heat transfer vinyl. Once again, you guys can get all the links to the materials in the bottom in the description box. So a lot of times when I come with these creative customs, I always say break the sky with your creativity. Basically being, if you see something that's okay and you think you can add that extra flair, that extra spark, or that extra touch, go ahead and do so, especially if you're creating a one-of-a-kind custom for a repeat customer that's sought after looking for your one-of-a-kind creations. I say all that to say this. When I say break the sky with your creativity, I literally mean try any and everything. So on this custom, you will see some super color being used. You will also see some HTV being used. You will also see some sublimation flock being used. So it's sort of a mix of the three different printing methods, if you will. But enough talking, let's show you what's going on. So recently on one of my videos, I had got a comment, never mind the youth. This is actually one of the measuring systems I believe I got off of Amazon, or I may have got from South Bay Creations. Either way, go check them out. If you need these type of tools, please use them to help yourself out. But you see that the center is dead center, and it's not going to reflect it because this is hanging off the platen. But you see how I have it lined up. So there was some question to ask, well, you didn't get close enough, Mike, to show us. This is the top of the collar, or the bottom of the collar, aka referred to as the yoke of the collar. Right here is the center line. I always say go 3 finger lengths down from that collar. So I'm not going to lay my hand on there, but if you can see, it's a pretty fair representation of 3 fingers against that line, right? But now, as of recently, I've been saying 3 1/4, so it would come down to about there for me. That's my personal preference. You can line it up according to how you choose to do so. Do not just use one method. Some people go as far as 4 fingers down. And if they got tiny, tiny fingers, they may even go a little bit lower down. It really depends on what type of shirt that you are creating, what type of custom you're making. And like I said, even though that says youth on there, the lines still line up. This still measures out to be 3 inches away from the neck. So whenever I say 3 1/4, I mean 3 1/4 from the yoke of the neckline, which is the center, down. So my graphic should start to somewhere down here. Also, another tip is I've been loading my garments on for a while backwards. A lot of people aren't comfortable with that. If that doesn't work for you, load it in the regular way. I like it because it slides out a lot easier, and to me, I'm able to get it straighter. Now, there was a point in time where I wasn't able to do this. So I did double check by pulling my flaps out. These are my flaps, which is just the arms of the shirt. I call them flaps. And I make sure that everything's centered and even. So when you get your Subli flock, they sent it to me in a pack like this, in a pack of 10. And they were, I'm gonna say, maybe 8.5 by 11 sheets. Your regular standard piece of paper. What I like to do, and people, this is not in reverse. The fabric side is actually out. So they normally sell this with mask. Me, I don't need it. I simply peel it off, flip it around, use the same tape, adhere to the shirt, and voila. You want to see what I'm talking about? Let me show you. So this is the hands, and this is that flock that I was telling you about. Now, I took it under the silhouette cutter and actually had it cut out, contour cut, because I want my football hands to go exactly on top of that. Now, this is my Sublimation ink, my paper right here. Shout out to Vibrant Vibes again. It's a whole vibe when you're rocking with Chanel Michaels. And I always do offset. So I want a white border around these hands. And then I do things like this. Do you see that cut in the paper? There's actually that same cut in the actual indentation of the Sublimation flock. That way I know to line these two up to make for the perfect image, and I'll have the perfect whiteness around the whole border. But Mike, what if my machine doesn't do a contour cut, or I can't get it to contour cut around the flock? There's all sorts of methods to make a contour cut around an image. You can do it with the offset button if you're using Silhouette Studio. I'm pretty sure there's an offset button or something similar to it in the Cricut design, as well as in AI. I believe it's also the offset button. If you hit that, which is like a double star, it has like a trace or a line around it, then you will get another line that comes on the outside of it. You then take that line and you put it into your machine, your Cameo, your Cricut, your whatever machine it is that you decide to use, and you have it contour cut. Now, the trick about using flock is you do not want to reverse cut the flock. You heard me right. Do not reverse cut the flock. Make sure it's facing the proper way when you cut it, because you're going to reverse your sublimation image on the paper. This way, when you go to put everything together, it'll be right side up. Well, what do you mean, Mike? I don't get that. It doesn't make sense. I could show you better than I could tell you. If you take a look at my image that I use for sublimation, it's in reverse. On the computer and in person, it's in reverse. But the offset is not. So if you were to come here and you line both of them up, they shouldn't match. If they match, you have a problem. This is the flock. Remember, it's facing right side up. This will flip onto this and sandwich and close when it's time. That's what I mean. So when you go to put it onto the shirt, the flock is facing the right side. Sublimation image is in reverse. Oh yeah, something else I don't talk about a lot is heat tape. If you're a beginner, this is definitely something right here that can save your life. Make sure you hit the links in the description below to grab yourself some heat tape. It's definitely needed. I don't always use it because I'm confident, but under the circumstances that you're brand new and you've never sublimated before, this is going to be your best friend. Why heat tape? It stops the image from moving, and when this comes up, it tends to sometimes suck it up or move it, causing a ghosting image. And you want to be aware of that. But we're going to go ahead and close Walleye right now. This is the 16 by 20 Walla Auto Pro. Make sure you guys tap in. I love this thing. It's my workhorse. And like A-Dub said, it takes a licking and keeps on ticking. But before we get back into this video, what Line 7 brought us. Hey, 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 hey. So the heat press is opened and it did jump. So that's why I say it's important to have that tape. We're simply gonna just remove it. And voila, look at that. So it's a vibe when you're rocking with the Vibrant Vibe inks. Almost started off like a rap song, didn't it, y'all? Maybe like a 1970, but look how well that color took. Look at that image. OMG. Yes, sir. So, the placement to me is perfect. I'm loving the way that it turned out. It's simple but classy. We're going to add some other attributes to it, such as the 00 DJ Just Black in vinyl on the back. And on one of the sleeves, we are definitely going to have his logo. So this is coming along. So on the back, we're going dead center down the back of the neckline, which this is not the yoke. This is the back of the shirt. And I threaded it onto my wallet press. And I have my vinyl where I want it to go. Make sure when you're doing this, you're going dead center with it, because the person this will be behind, you know, and folks tend to judge. But hey, it's a discrepancy in your work. If you pull out that collar like that and you see the back is lined like it's supposed to be, it will come out perfect. We'll go ahead and close this and get this up under the heat. We're actually going to press for 320 degrees for 15 seconds. Yo, well, let's wrap this video up, man. It's time to close her on down. This one came out righteous. You know what I'm talking about?
To play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it.
That video, that shirt came out hot. Shout out to Vibrant Vibes Ink. Once again, I salute you. Appreciate you sending me the package with more ink and paper. You know it's a vibe when rocking with Vibrant Vibes ink and sublimation paper, and also DTF. Make sure y'all head on over to Vibrant Vibes and check her out. Also, if you're interested in any things that I use, the links will always be down in the description below. But y'all, this was fun. This is another one done. And as always, break the sky with your creativity. Don't let nobody get in the way of what makes you you, what makes you great.